Hello everyone, my name is Mariam and welcome to my Cricut Design Space tutorial. We spoke last time about the fonts, how can we install it and how can we use the glyphs. Today I will talk about the text in more details and I will show you how we can get these cool effects in Cricut Design Space. Okay, so let's start. On this screen you will see here welcome home. This text I used a font called Carrolina. I got it from Creative Fabrica. It's a calligraphy font and it's a very sweet and elegant with a very professional touch. I also use the offset function. The second one, thank you, that is a telegram text. I found it in Cricut Design Space software and it's a writing font. The third one, Mariuma Art, I used a font called Agenda King. It's also available from Creative Fabrica. It's a great font to create gorgeous wedding invitation. All right, so let's make this screen a bit smaller. We'll start with the first example, welcome home. We will type welcome home. And then we come to font and we select the font called the Carolina. It's Carolina script in this one. And as you can see, it's perfectly attached to each other. I honestly don't need to change anything. But if you would like, what options do you have? So you have the font name, you have the style, which can be regular. Some fonts, they have also the italic and bold option or writing. The font size, which you can change it from changing the number itself, backspace, type in the number you would like and press enter, or you can click arrow up to increase the font size or arrow down to reduce it. The same thing with letter space if you want to make it tighter or closer to each other. I myself will leave it 0 as it was. Line space is how much you would like to leave between two lines. So if you have another line underneath welcome home, so let's say the word Christmas, and then you would like to make the space bigger or smaller. With the alignment is how would you like the position of the two lines together? So in the left corner or in the center, or if you would like both of them to be at the right corner. Now, also you can choose the color from here. You can also curve the text. So here, when you click on curve, you will find the slider bar in the middle with 0 number. That means it's straight. If you drag the slider bar to the right, the curve will go down, or if you drag it to the left, it will go up. With our text, we can do offset. What does offset mean? It's a decorative outline that add texture and help your image pop. It's a new feature has been added to Cricut Design Space in the last few months. So how can we do it? We simply select the text, press on offset, and as you can see, a blue outline now is surrounding our text. Again, you can move the slider bar to make it bigger or you can make it smaller. You can even go inside the font. So it's called inset in this case. So instead of moving the slider bar, you can also type the number here. Now you have two types of the curving. With font, it doesn't really matter. With images, it does. So let's say you are making a square, the corners you want to make it rounded or really a square corner. With the font, if I selected this one, you will not really notice much a difference. Weld offset, this is really recommended. So you want the whole offset as one piece to cut, or you wanted to make it separate. You only need to make it separate if you want each letter to have a different color. In this case, you simply untick the weld offset. But I want it as one piece, so I will leave it ticked and then apply. All right, so perfect. With the offset, you can also change the color to any color you would like. So for example, if I wanted navy or purple or any color, but I love it as black. So I'm gonna leave it as it is. There is already in the right panel, I have now two things. I have the actual font and I have the offset. If I select the offset, I can make another offset. So if you click offset again, and let's type another number, and then I make apply. Now I have another offset, but you can't see it because both of them are black. If I make it purple, then you can see. So I started with the light blue, and then I made the offset, which became black. And then now the second offset is the purple. I'm gonna do another text, and I will write here, thank you. Okay, now this font is going to be cut. When you select the style, there is no option here saying writing. If I decide instead of cutting, I want to draw it, I click on pen. See what happened? Not the same look anymore, because actually the machine is going to write the outline only, is not going to fill inside. There is a way to actually fill inside. We are not going to talk about it today, but I want to show you how we can select a better font specifically for writing. So if I click on font, as you can see in the description of each text, most of them, it says single layer cutting. Some of them are multi-layer. Now I want the one which is only writing. So you come here under filters and click on writing. I downloaded few, so I'm going to minimize my selection. So I will click downloaded as well. So you can see here in each description, it says a single layer cutting writing. So I'm going to select the Telegram text today, the perfect for writing. You can see now the style is writing. There are different types of pen. So simply click on the square next to the word pen. Select the first, how fine you want your pen. There are many different types that Cricut has. I love the 0.4 for writing, but if you want a thicker one, you can go to the glitter 1.8 millimeter, or you can go to the calligraphy. So let's say I selected the calligraphy. In the calligraphy, they have two available colors from that sort of pen, the black and gold. And this is how it will look like. So it's thicker, it's the whole thing is filled in, there is no outline. If I want the word you not on the same line with thing, so I need to ungroup that first, and then select the word you by itself, or you can select whatever letters you want to control by selecting the letter and then shift and then select the O and then select the Y. You can do the same from the right panel. You can select U, then shift on your keyboard and then O and then Y. And then I'm going to move it to wherever I would like. And when you are happy, you simply just select the whole text and group. Now, just to be careful, because I ungrouped, that means I separated the letter from each other. Now, I can't edit the text anymore because now they are considered individual letters. You can't control the line space, the letter space. Let's do another text called Agenda King. That font is amazing. And then here we go to font. What does actually kerning mean? So the kerning, again, it's a new feature in Cricut Design Space, was added lately. It means the space between letters and characters. So in Design Space, they have optimized this option. So now the space between letters is more natural. No much work is required to be done. Some fonts support this function and some fonts, they haven't supported it yet. So if you leave it ticked, you will be sure your type of fonts selected has the kerning option. This font is very gorgeous. I use it almost in everything. Okay, so now we have the font. I'm going to curve it first. So let's say I'm gonna make it this way. So I have to control everything before I ungroup if I wanted to move the art to another position down or up. And now after it's curved, I am going to do offset. First, I will change the font color and then we do offset and then apply. When I had this word, you can see here the font name. Once you click Weld, the font name disappears. As you can see here, it says Weld result, but you can still know the font name. Simply right click on the Weld result, you go down to image info, and then in faded on the left side, you can see here it's written Carrolina script. I want to show you what's the difference between attach and weld for the text. When you do attach, that means you are keeping them together on the mat. So when you cut the vinyl, they will be in the same spot together. However, you can see clearly there is a line after each letter. So each letter is almost going to have a cut separately. That's why we need to weld it. Here we go. So there is no dividers anymore between the letters. Very important point to know that once you weld and save, this is a reversible step. You can't unweld anymore. You can, yes, click undo. You can reverse as a welding. But remember, once you save, it's over. It's a good practice. Before I do weld, I love to select it all and then duplicate and then hide it. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching and see you in next tutorial.